shed, bitch. The kind of space that makes a girl do bad shit. Like a brand new bag, bitch. The kind of place that makes a girl want mad riches. Hey,
tell me, I did see you had some meetings already.
There's a camera installation security. We're fixing the security, right? We haven't got the site secured, but we're fixing it starting from today. The guy said the project is gonna run 4 weeks. But yeah, we're gonna have a peace of mind on the weekend. Because otherwise, right now, I need to come here every weekend just to make sure that no one's broken.
You're the security guy, yeah?
Yeah. There are some other things that I need to finalize. It's still this fucking racking that needs to go off the list. So that's my priority. We're gonna disconnect one old payment provider, connect another one that's gonna take care of the pay by bank payment feature that we have on our website. Because our current bill for payment fees in the last 12 months was approximately £320,000 just in payment fees for the cards. It's ridiculous. So even if we save, I don't know, 10, 15, 20% on that, it's gonna affect the bottom figure massively. So that's that. Also, Katie is now migrating this week. She's tasked to migrate Brick Wholesale to Unleashed, which is the system that we use for PDC currently, which is going to give us more insights on the Brick Wholesale, but also proper stock management, the proper margin reflection. Because partially, I think the reason why the numbers were so poor last month was because we don't see a proper reflection when we sell and when we buy stock.
There's nothing I can bring into stock. What bothers me now that I can't have any conversations with anybody because I'm kind of stuck.
In what way?
I haven't got space for anything. Change.
Yeah, but we're fixing it.
Yeah, I know we are fixing it. I'm also rushing. I'm keep adding quietly a pack here and a pack there, and so we are bringing into stock.
Tell me what's happening with the plasterboard. I'm having a plasterboard supplier meeting today, and they're going to ask me questions. Dmitrijs, it's now June. What's happening? What do I say to them? Where's your pricing at the moment? Let me have a
I'm
look.
good.
Oh, I know you're good, but where's your pricing?
I'm good with prices, Dimitri.
Let me have a look.
We're not known yet for customers as a plasterboard supplier, so we're selling more timber than plasterboards at the moment.
Okay, so let me see.
It's the advertisement on plasterboards.
So small plasterboard. Okay, fair enough. It's fairly reasonably priced. Yeah. What's happening?
Because of the car? Do you know what? I showed my kids actually a picture of it, and I think they were a little bit in love.
Yeah?
Yeah, they like it.
Have you seen
They said option 1 too.
Yeah?
They said option 1.
Have you seen how many people are saying that they would rather drive nothing than support Elon Musk?
Yeah, which I just don't get it. But do you know what? The problem is that you always get people that are very, being what Elon Musk is very opinionated, obviously not very successful. You always get haters, don't you? So I think that's, I'd ignore that.
Some people said that they would rather resign than drive Tesla.
Although there was a comment about a Porsche Cayenne, was there?
Oh, your Taycan.
That's it, yeah. So I mean, that was quite a good comment. I quite like that.
Yeah, I think I said, I commented back saying, I'm not sure if you're going to last until Q3.
Yeah, I thought, don't worry, I'm watching it all. Don't you worry about that.
So tomorrow we're picking up Tesla, correct?
Yeah. Well, 99%. I'm just waiting for that final confirmation, yeah. Welcome to the nearly finished office. Floors are even. I think we're receiving this door today, just arrived. And that means that once it's going to be installed, we're going to be able to test the sound insulation.
How is the racking conversation going?
So we've got the final racking design done. I'm happy with that. Now the guy came with a price. Guess how much? We have 3 companies. The difference between the cheapest and the most expensive, 26%. I said there is no way we can do it. He said, how much? He said, oh my god. So I left him so he can make some phone calls. do something about that price, and I said if you can come back, I shake hand, we sign the purchase order today.
Okay,
So I've left myself without the office.
So we're waiting, yeah?
Yeah, we're waiting.
You're gonna go. You said you're gonna go with him, but
Well, it has to be reasonable. You need to be able to justify the order.
okay, what's happening here?
This is my lunch. 3 eggs. Not much to review, to be honest.
She have to follow up. Yeah.
I'll go for an old
If you don't want to test it in tomorrow, don't put the follow up there just tomorrow.
How is it going?
He's in my conference calls now. Trying to do something about the price. It's alright. October.
Nice.
You have to tell the guys. July, August, September. 3 months to wait. But we're gonna get a Rolls Royce off racking. Racking Rolls Royce. See what's happening, things happening. So, security is being done as we speak. Offices downstairs are being done as we speak. Racking's finalized. Let's go. Recording. We're gonna leave you alone for approximately 2 hours. If anything, call Gary.
Someone's excited.
Right, okay, so let's start with the first question. But Gary, you have to promise that you're gonna be super honest on this one.
Okay.
What do you think about the option we've chose, as in Tesla Model 3? But be super honest.
I'm excited for it, and the reason I'm excited for it is I'm a fan of electric cars. Electric cars work well for me. I've had a few electric cars, but I've never had a Tesla. In all honesty, do you know who I think's more excited? My children.
Yeah?
Even with the wrapping options. And do you know what? And I think we had this conversation the other day. You'd always get people that will dislike Tesla for
Elon
Musk and
Yeah.
you know, people that I've spoken to that have Teslas, nothing but praise for them. So exciting, very exciting.
I'll give you an example as well. So I've got Audi and I've got Tesla at home, right? My wife's car is Tesla.
Oh, okay.
Now, this goes to garage for service, repairs, every quarter. Tesla, we had it for 3 years. I only went to the garage once because I had some body work to be done because of a little accident or whatever. That's it. Yes, it's Elon Musk, but gotta respect the guy.
Of course you have.
First trillionaire, you know?
Yeah.
Give some praise to the guy. When I think about how easy it is to buy a Tesla, I kind of put it against how easy it is to shop with a Materials Wholesale, Installation Wholesale, Brick Wholesale, because the concept is the same. So you go on Tesla's website, obviously they have 3 vehicles that you could choose from. And then you just click place
It's
order.
easy to navigate.
Yeah, and you place an order and you get an ETA straight away. You pay the deposit 200 quid, then they connect you with the lease company if you're choosing the lease, if you're gonna buy it outright straight away. So everything has been done within 5 minutes.
smooth,
I
yeah.
haven't even, everything's done in front of the computer. I could have done it even on my phone, to be honest. The whole car purchase has been done without speaking to a single human.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Wow.
And the whole car purchase has been done within 5 minutes
Yeah.
time frame. It's crazy. You would think that in human nature, the most important purchase normally is the house, the second is the car. Everything else is secondary. And when you think about it, that you can complete the second most important purchase within 5 minutes, it's easier. I guess it's easier to. It was easier for me to buy Tesla online than sometimes it is to complete an Ocado purchase.
Yeah.
You know, for the groceries.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But to be fair, Ocado is good as well. But the point is, the point is that there are
Other
some websites
supermarkets are
out there.
available.
You go and if you're based somewhere in, I don't know, Midlands, Wales, up north, go and pick your favorite builders merchant with whom you transact every single day through phone calls or the trade counter, go on their website and try to buy that ballast cement and some bricks. Give it a go. Whether you're gonna get the best possible price, all the ETAs, credit at the checkout level. Can you? I doubt it. Have you seen the comments from the Tesla post? Some of the comments.
Shall I bring it up?
Yeah, bring it up.
Let's have a look.
Let's read some of them.
Wow, 258 comments.
That's crazy. This post exploded.
Wow. The first comment, obviously he suggested what design to go for, followed by a comment saying, but the bigger question is, why do you want to upset a new employee?
Oh, yeah.
Tesla, I wouldn't last day one. And a pimped wrapped one, hell no. Wow. Poor old Gary.
What was it?
That was dramatic pause, that was. Poor old Gary. I feel for him having to drive that. Reminds me of the old Shower Lux reps with Shower Lux plastered all over the car. They all hated it and become real stigma.
Yeah, I've heard that. I respond to that, right? I did respond.
There is a reason why 1 is number 1. 2, a bit of a maybe. 3, for Brazil and Australia branches. 4 is a resignation letter for Gary. Oh, this is my favourite actually. Number 1 or 2. Have you thought about the Porsche Taycan? So how long are we running the vote for the wrapping?
I'm not sure. To be honest, I'm not too sure whether we're going to be wrapping your vehicle.
Okay.
You can't say that after all this effort.
False advertising. He's put it all.
Yeah. Do you know what? Do you know what? So I was trying. There was this one comment, I think someone said that before you wrap the vehicle, you need to answer yourself a question. What exactly you're trying to do with that design on that wrapping? What kind of problem you're solving? Attracting more leads? Just general branding? What are you doing with it? Like, because it has a cost to it. So for instance, with regards to this car, right, which we're picking up now, it's a contract for 3 years. After 3 years, we're giving the car away, no matter what. We haven't bought the vehicle, we're just renting it.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So the wrapping's gonna cost us 1,800. So for spread across 3 years, that's 600 quid a year. Now, unless this wrapping is solving some sort of a problem for us, it's a wasted money. Even 600 quid. So what kind of problem are we solving with this wrapping? If we was gonna have the website, maybe, fair enough. As it stands right now, don't really need the website. So the reality is, wrapping probably would be good for my ego. I don't know, like another branded vehicle on the road, we'll go to the tool theft event and whatever, and you drive nicely, and then it's gonna have some content and we'll publish it. Is it really solving any problem? Is it solving a problem of more than £600 a year? Like right now, I can't really answer that because we don't even have the website.
Yeah.
So that's where we are. But the fucking engagement that we got from that, that was worth it. If you're thinking that was time wasted, no, it wasn't time wasted. It was one of the best posts I've done in 3 years. So obviously some of the people who are watching us, they are general builders merchants, some are the specialists like the roofing merchants and stuff like that. For distribution, as in for instance the pound delivery company, a rep on the road makes sense. Is it necessary or is it beneficial for the general builders merchant or some sort of a specialist merchant, but we're still talking about the merchant, someone who is dealing with an end user or a trade person or whatever, is it necessary for them or beneficial for them to have a rep on the road?
From a merchant point of view?
Yeah, from the merchant point of view specifically. We're not talking about distribution.
I can see the pros and cons for both. It is probably a luxury. Is it a necessity? In a world where everything is quickly becoming digital, and a lot of people, will kind of use their phones to try and find what they need, price match, this, that and the other. Is it a necessity to have someone out and about? No, you're probably right, probably is more of a luxury. The problem is, external salespeople, good external salespeople, and this is probably going to be controversial, are hard to come by. People that are trustworthy, people that are driven, people that are committed. You could hire externals and they're driving around drinking cups of tea, having lovely little conversations, but how many calls are they going to make in a day with effective planning 10, 11, 12 potentially.
If you give yourself a month here in the office, you're gonna inspire some other people around you. So Matt's got inspired, obviously, and he was learning from you.
It's really bizarre that in such a short space of time, so really just over 2.5 weeks, I feel like I've been there a lifetime in the best way possible, because everyone has been so welcoming, so accepting, interacted with me, engaged with me. And I actually said to it genuinely is just a really nice place to work, and that's testament to obviously what you've built and what the team have built. It's just difficult because when you're trying to recruit people, it's difficult to get that message across, you know, because you're advertising a role and requirements for a role. But generally, anyone that comes to join will quickly find it is actually a really good place to work.
That's a good ad, right? That's a good ad. Historical moment, the final delivery company's first vehicle. Oh, you know what I love? The smell of new vehicles. I'm driving this. I mean, I can drive yours back if you want. I'll drive yours back.
Trying to see if I'll get any 8x4 sheets in there.
If you can fit in.
Plug it in. I feel like it needs a slow motion shot of me coming out of it.
Do it.
There we go.
Do it.
Good?
Yeah, let's go.
I don't wanna know, don't want you to go and leave me behind. No, I don't wanna see if it isn't me who's on your mind.
When we go in?
Italian coffee shop. Can I have scrambled eggs, bacon and beans?
Yeah, of course. It comes with a toast, white or brown? You have to think, no.
Let's go with the white. Let's go with the white. Yeah.
Don't worry. For you,
Go with the white.
I'm gonna have the croissant with ham and cheese, please.
Thank you.
Thank you so much to show this because it looks so pretty.
Looks good, right?
Yeah, it looks good.
Let's not buy this, not eat this.
Yeah, nice coffee. Yeah, very nice place. Do we recommend?
Highly recommend. Albanian family
Yeah.
on this unknown high street in unknown area. Who knows where we are? Brent Cross.
Cool.
Поставщик, откройте, пожалуйста, вот эту вот ссылочку. Ну, то есть, любые уязвимости, то есть, они как бы проводить.
Согласен, я записал. Макс, sorry, мне нужно отключаться, потому что здесь стоит уже очередь возле тебя.
So when we were younger and we didn't have much, my dad used to make Jabberwockies. So if I've not achieved anything today, I've achieved this. There's two things that I really want to do. One, I want to go out with the drivers, because I've never been really out with the drivers. We've just created something, and then we've just gone, right, this is what we want to do. So that's one of the duties, to check the vehicle, to know their job inside out. So that's part of what I'd like to do, but obviously we can't do that until we get to another place within the office. But that's part of it. Also, just spend a day in the yard with the guys. Things like that. Things that we all talk about, we all judge, and we think we can do, but actually we don't really know the ins and outs of everything every day. We're just assuming we do, and we're getting feedback from everyone. I just wish I had loads of time, because actually I find it a little bit, as sad as it is, quite exciting to get involved with it all a little bit more, and to put your edge on the health and safety. As much health and safety is always a dictation of how you do things, this is it, and yeah, you have got that element, because the standards are the standards, but how's the best way to communicate it to a young team? I was saying to Violetta, we've come up with a health and safety channel, and we'll make the announcements on the health and safety channel, which includes everyone here. I also was thinking, in the spirit of the World Cup, we should have a red and yellow card system. So if I catch someone, they go on a yellow card. If they move to a red, if you move to a red, we have some kind of punishment that's not, you've got a warning, you do this again. The warning comes after the next one. I don't know, some kind of fine, some kind of forfeit, something. It can't be double standards. We've all got to live by it. Like, you'd be sent off 1,000 times, wouldn't you? No others.
A good news, I think so far, is the biggest transaction in the company.
65k?
65k landed.
Really?
Yeah, it's there.
It's incredible. 65,000.
65,000.
It is officially the biggest sale.
The biggest sale, one-off transaction.
Well, I think we need to pause here. 65,000.
65,000, someone paid just like that.
One invoice.
One invoice.
What did we sell?
We sold special products, cable floor chipboard, but bigger size.
Just think about it. 65,000.
For chipboards. Because it's a massive big company, we signed the confidentiality disclosure. So we've got Erica's signature, but they want someone from the finance as well to sign. You know, when these big companies are connected, there's so much paperwork to do. Another thing I would like to share with you, how we are great in partnership with is just working out so well at the time being. So the customers, they don't want or they can't assist or accommodate or supply with materials 1, 2, or 5 sheets. They're sending our way.
Really?
So there was a customer phoned us up and say, they redirected me to you.
Really?
I want to buy 10 by 5 Buffalo 9mm full collection.
Wow.
He goes like, yes, because I've trained my guys I said to my guys in the office, you don't turn away these customers. This is how you get the business, smart way. So you don't turn away these people. You send them to Sheet Materials Wholesale, because they supply Sheet Materials Wholesale 1 sheet if we want to, but they can't supply the customer. They still got the
impressive.
business, but different.
That's impressive.
This different way, and this is how other businesses that we are partnered with should look like. And I saw myself, they had 10 by 4 hardboards on the ground, and I've got this inquiry for 4 packs. They're telling me that they don't have the stock. They kind of know an inquiry, la-di-da-di-da. There's no stock available on the ground. And he said the reason why some suppliers may tell you this, because they don't want you to take the business away. You see? So they may tell you false information. So we went, I saw they had.
Yeah, I remember.
I phoned. In terms of the figures, as you can see, we're definitely gonna hit 1 million. That's no questions to be, after this transaction especially. So we kind of accelerated. The question is, what's the margin and what's the profit end of the month? So God help me. we sold this month a lot of commodities, lots of plywood, OSB picked up, chipboards. You know, we sold a lot of plywood. Now I'll tell you, we slowed down on selling oak veneered MDF, and I have crazy stock there. Now, the reason why the sales slowed down, not that suddenly I became more expensive. There is one particular competitor that sells almost at my cost price oak veneered MDF in 19mm, and we know where they're getting their oak veneered MDF from.
Number-wise, we are exactly the same as we were last month. So
Yeah.
from 1st of May up until the 18th of May, we've done 100k. June, 101. Same. So
I've lost a couple of big orders this week for various reasons. I mentioned to you late last night there was a large XPS
yeah.
order which the customer was keen to give me. They came back and added quite large and significant carriage charges to get it to site, which has just put us out of the picture, to be honest. So that was quite frustrating. The margins were tight anyway. There wasn't enough in it to do anything with it. Lost another, I say, significant order. It was £6,000 worth of cavity. The builder decided. So I spoke directly with the client. The builder then decided he could get it cheaper elsewhere, and it just, you know, it happens. It does happen. But at the minute, there's 55.5k of open quotes.
Yep.
So we try and get some of them.
If we could get them in, then that would change the
100%.
picture.
Well, there's 14.5k, which is a waiting payment. So they told me they're going to get the order, just waiting for it to land. So there, you know, there's 70 grand sort of floating around, which we just need to push.
Oh, we've got a warehouse meeting. Some things to discuss. How long are you going to be there? You see how unorganized we are. Laura forgot about the warehouse walk. I'm telling you, she's going to be in 10. She's going to be in 10 minutes.
Where we going? Decking area?
Yeah.
Do you mind on camera, Sean?
You know.
Actually, can give it to him.
Oh,
You can be the leading person.
You waffle crap on all the time, so you need it.
Now you
I've got
waffle crap.
16 emails.
And I'll
I'm just going through them now. Where's your?
I want to discuss today a few things. The first one, I'm going to show you the racking confirmation, the final one. The order is now being placed. Well, to be honest, we can start with that, I guess. So this is the final layout. Orders being placed. Now, the racking installation will commence on the 5th of October.
5th of October.
So we went with Stackable, the longest lead time, the most expensive racking, but ultimately probably the best quality. It's the Rolls Royce of the racking, so we went with them. You now have the date, you know the layout.
So October.
5th of October. The Stackable is doing two types of racking. One is called Semco, which is what we have there. It's cheaper, and they install it only when the height is not that necessary, but when we're talking about 9.7 meters long columns, it suddenly becomes that stackable famous column, which is a little wider, higher, and it's an interesting one. Currently, when you load that top arm, like you put the stuff on it, and this whole racking is going like that. But it basically moves, it's flexible, but it's never gonna go. It's never going to tip over, but there is that
It's got
thing.
to be flexible.
Yeah.
It's like a
a bit like buildings, I guess, right?
exactly.
Yeah. But it's going to be interesting. Obviously, I'm going to be probably praying when I'll see Ash loading the stuff, and it's going to be.
Not as praying as much as Ash is.
That means you're going to have a new forklift that reaches that high.
Correct. We'll get to that stage. So on this plasterboard subject, right? So there are several things that I'm currently experiencing on the plasterboard side. One is the pressure. So we're not moving, nowhere near the quantities, the plasterboard that we promised.
Yeah.
This is why I need your help. I need to bring in ASAP, and I can tell you for sure we can't wait until 5th of October, is we need to bring the same plasterboard in 15mm thickness. Fire, moisture, sound, and standard. Now, this is non-negotiable, but I understand that there are issues. So what needs to be done then is you need to sit down, whether together or separately, you look at the sales stats, whatever. If you say that there is no way we can squeeze it in, we need to discontinue something. We need to cut off some of the lines. And you need to correct. You need to tell me what you're going to be cutting off. It's a difficult task, and I want you to look at the numbers before you make a decision. But I'm just giving you the heads up, that's what I need, because that plasterboard needs to be ordered.
Right.
There's a big future behind the plasterboard, but we need to show our willingness and commitment that we are going to whatever I said to them. But it's gonna happen because it's 2 months in and we haven't done a thing.
Because sheet materials, that's the thing. Let me tell you something. I understand we wanted to accelerate and we promised the world to the people that to the importers, which can be very much achievable because sheet materials historically is not known as a plasterboard supplier. It takes some time to accelerate. Now, I must say to you, highlight that this week was actually a good week. We shifted some plasterboards and we had some nice orders landed, so I'm very hopeful that soon we're going to accelerate on the e-commerce side. So there will be numbers delivered.
Sounds good to me. We need Gary's help,
Exactly
and we need the e-commerce side, and plus we need to now expand the range. So what we brought in is not good enough. We need to expand the range.
So we're not going on a walk as such. So we just wore these extra layers in 38 degrees.
We're gonna walk or not? Or are we gonna stay?
You can walk.
Obviously you've heard that we've signed up a deal on the racking finally, so that's out of the way. This week was unusual because I've taken a day off on Wednesday. It was difficult. It does require an effort mentally to take a day off when everyone else is working. You see, the problem is when you're a business owner, maybe there are different business owners, can't say for everyone, but in my world, I as a business owner, and maybe that's my problem, I need to work more than anyone else. In my head, that's the standard I've set. Even though there are people out there who say, well, we started the business because we want freedom and we want to play golf and do nothing and just check the weekly reports. And I'm not like that. I'm not like that. And I don't know whether it's a good or bad, because I guess if I was going to do less, if I would have a plan or the mission to play golf every single day and do nothing, maybe I would delegate more, maybe I would empower staff better. So because I'm so involved in everything, in my head I'm thinking that I need to set the standard, and by setting the standard you have to deliver yourself hours as well. You can be efficient, you can be effective, but the hours that you clock in matter. And I'm a great believer that when you work 8 to 5, not much can happen. You need to do the extra hours, you need to do a lot more to succeed. Because whilst you're working 8 to 5, there is another person out there who is doing the same exact thing. And they're just doing that one extra day more. They work in Saturdays when you don't. And before you notice, 26 weeks down the line, the guy's gonna be ahead of you. And that's what I'm scared of. I'm afraid of death, and I'm afraid that someone's gonna outperform me and do more hours than I do.
Biggest shakes in the game. Let's go. Monday morning, yard is full, 40-footer pulling in. Birch face flying OSB, let the working week begin. Merchants calling, sites awaiting, builders in the van. We don't sleep, we don't stop moving, supply across the land. MDF in 18 mil, hardwood soft and everything between. If it goes into a building, then you know we've always been behind it. They said sheet materials, boring trade. We said watch us, we just got paid. Every depot, every site, every merchant, every night. We keep Britain standing right. We are staying through the rafters, loaded